Dragons. I'm super excited. So with that, we're going to start off with some turtle trivia. Oh yeah, what do you know about turtles? Like, let's find out that they snap. Woo! Yes, they do. They can snap at you. I've heard of that before. My brother got bit by a snapping turtle one time in a creek when he was looking for crawdads. But that is a whole nother story for a whole nother time. And maybe a different stream. I don't know. But anyways, I wanted to tell you, go over a few things. Since this is a featured show on the app, there will be no cussing, swearing, or overly obnoxious trolling. So overly obnoxious trolling is also a no-go in this stream during this time period. If you are overly obnoxiously trolling in my stream, you will get booted out very quickly. The bouncers don't have to ask me. They will just kick you out. Okay. Also, please keep the comments kind of clean. We are talking about turtles. And we are talking about bearded dragons. I don't know how you can make that dirty, but let's not make it dirty. Okay, great. Also, thank you so much to the gifters of the stream. Please make sure you favorite the gifters because they're the people who are supporting this stream. Like, oh, hey, Mr. Moon, and maybe someday. And anyone else who gifts throughout the stream. At times, I'm going to be paying attention to my special guests, so I might not be able to acknowledge each and every gift that you may send, but doesn't mean that I don't see it. Like, I saw Mac's gift. Thank you, Mac. But I might not be able to say that because during my special guest time, I'm going to be talking to them about their special pet. And so I might not be able to acknowledge that gift, but I do see it, and I will acknowledge it towards the end of the show. I want you guys all to get ready for a little turtle trivia, because this is going to be very, very exciting, okay? So one of the questions I have is, how many species of turtle are there? Is it 90? Is it 360? Is it 720 or 180? Jay says 360. He feels, oh my God, and he is correct. Yes, it is. It's 360. I don't know. I do not know how Jay knew that, but I do know that he did have it correct. There are 360 species of turtles, and they can be found on every continent except Antarctica. So Antarctica, no turtles there, folks. Don't look for the turtles in Antarctica, okay? All right, welcome into Meow and Me. We're just getting ready for our first special guest, Ray Ray, tonight. And she has a turtle she's going to be showing us. So we're doing some turtle trivia to get ourselves ready. Okay, how many bones make up a turtle shell? Is it 25? Is it 100? Is it 1? Or is it 50? Which one is it? Is it 25? Okay, somebody says 50. Kitty, 50? Oh! Jay is a turtle expert. Okay, a turtle shell is actually part of its skeleton. It's made up of over 50 bones, which include the turtle's rib cage and spine. Wow. Jay, you must have had a turtle. You must be part turtle or something. Can I get a turtle emoji? Hello, Quinn. Hi, JT. You guys. Okay. How big was the world's largest turtle? Hello, Willow. Is it 6 feet? Is it 4 feet? Is it 8 feet? Or is it 10 feet? How big? 8? No, it's not 8. 4? It's not 4. That means it's either 10 or 6. 10 or 6. Who wants to go for the glory? Jay is going for the glory, and it is 10. The leatherback sea turtle is the largest of all living turtles and is the 4th heaviest modern reptile behind 3 crocodilians. Oh yeah, I said crocodilians. The largest leatherback ever recorded was almost 10 feet from the tip of its beak the tip of its beak to to its tail, and it weighed. Are you ready for how much it weighed? Get ready. How much do you think it weighed? It's a big turtle. It's big. No, 2 pounds. 2,019 pounds. 2,019 pounds. That is one big bleep turtle. That's a big turtle. Okay. What is a group of turtles called, you guys? What is a group of turtles called? Is it a troop, a trawl, a bale, or a crawl? Is it a troop, a trawl, a bale, or a crawl? What do you troop? Troop turtle? Nope, it's not a troop. All right, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Nope, it's not that, Mr. Moon. I'm so sorry. It's a crawl. Let's see. It's not a crawl. It could be a trawl or a bale. A trawl? A bale? Dr. Jekyll! Yes, it's a group of turtles is called a bale. And a group of tortoises is called a creep. Yep. So remember that next time, ladies, when you're like, you're a creep, you're calling somebody a group of tortoises, okay? That is a real insult. Thank you for the favorites. Thank you for the gifts, everybody. And hello, welcome into Meow and Me. We're going to get started with our first special guest in just 1 minute. And if my first special guest could request the box so I know she's ready, and then we will get started on time. All right, we are one last, maybe two last questions, you guys. What do you know? Which species of turtle is better than rats at navigating mazes? Oh boy. Yeah. Is it the red-eared slider? Is it the wood turtle? Is it the pig-nosed turtle? Or is it the woof woof, the dog turtle? We got wood turtle? It is a wood turtle, Dustin. Yes. Okay. Herpetologists, and yeah, I said it. It's a herpetologist. Consider the wood turtle to be amongst the most intelligent of the turtles. In lab tests, they consistently score higher than other species, including white rats, on mazes and reward association tests, exhibiting a degree of curiosity and problem-solving abilities not evident in other turtles. Ooh, yeah, these are special turtles, y'all. Okay, this is the last question tonight, and we are going to see our first turtle from our first special guest, a Ray Ray. All right, gear up. What is the difference between a turtle and a tortoise? Oh, yeah, I asked it. Is it a tortoise has a soft shell? A tortoise only lives on land? A tortoise is just bigger? Or a tortoise can't retract inside its shell? Which one do you think it is? Land? Yes, you guys are right. Yes. A tortoise is land dwelling, while many, though not all, other turtle species are at least partly aquatic. So well done. Good job on a little turtle trivia. Now we're going to see from our first special guest. Here we go. It's a Ray Ray. Let's get her up here in the box. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Ray Ray. Okay, let me make you just a little bit medium size. Okay, there we go. I can see you a little more clearly. So, Ray Ray, tell me a little bit about your turtle. One, what kind of turtle is it?
She is a three-toed Asian box turtle.
Three-toed Asian box turtle. And how did you come across your three-toed Asian box turtle?
She was actually just crawling through our yard one day.
Wow. So just by like luck, were you out mowing the yard? Like
I was probably like 6, and we were just out in the yard, and my dad was like, hey, go get that croquet ball over there. And I went over, and it was a turtle.
So you guys were playing croquet?
Yeah.
You were playing croquet and you landed on a turtle. I love
Yeah.
it. Okay. Well, okay. And what did you name your turtle?
Uh, Norm.
Norm.
From the show Cheers, when they'd go
From
into a bar and yell Norm, because my mom would come home and be like, "Where's the turtle?" So she got her name Norm, and then like 5 years, 6 years later, we actually realized she was a girl.
oh,
So now she's Norma.
Norma.
Yeah.
And now she's Norma. I love it. So, like, I'm a little bit scared to ask this question, but I'm gonna ask it. Like, how did you find out it was a girl instead of a boy?
We were trying to find her like a friend at a pet store, and he was like, "Well, is it a female or a male?" And my mom was like, "I don't really know." Like, um, and he told us there's differences in their shell. So like males, the bottom of their shell is like rounded, so they can like get on the female, and ours is flat, so she's actually a female.
Oh, so rounded or flat. Now, I've never seen turtles mating. We'll call it mating. Before in the wild, in the wilderness.
Right.
Um, but male turtles get down with flat shells, and female turtles have a bit of a rounded shell.
Other way.
No, males have rounded shells and
Mhm.
females have flat shells.
Yeah.
Oh, hello everybody who's coming in. We're talking turtle with a Ray Ray and her turtle Norma.
Yep.
Can we see Norma, Ray Ray?
She is right here.
There she is. There she is. Let's take a oh look, and she's got her, like, what do you, neck?
I know. She's like, "Why am I like not on the ground?"
Oh my god, you guys, she's adorable. Look at her little shell. And how old is she, Ray Ray?
We have no idea. We've had her since
Oh,
'98, though.
1998. So she's oh, what?
Yeah, and they can live up to like 70 years.
Yeah, so she's like, is she older than you?
Probably. Probably. Because we don't know how old she was when we got her, but
I love it.
it's been
Wow.
forever.
And
So,
what do you feed a turtle? Look at how cute she is, you guys. Look at the little flippers on her.
so they're supposed to eat greens, but she won't eat any greens. So she eats like strawberries, mulberries, peaches, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese? Your turtle eats macaroni and cheese?
Yep, she likes cheese.
Okay, so the turtle eats cheese. Oh my god, say that all again. They say it all again, please.
Strawberries, mulberries. Um, she really likes fruit, so like really any kind of fruit. She doesn't like fruit cocktail.
Mm-mm.
She likes tomatoes,
Mm.
mac and cheese. It's definitely her favorite. Um, mulberries was, but we don't have a mulberry tree in our yard anymore, so she never gets those. Um, so now it's just mac and cheese that's her favorite.
Can we see how do you can you how does the shell backside, can we see the shell a little bit too? Like,
Hmm.
wow. So she's about at least 20 years old.
Yeah,
That we know. Look at her. She keeps her head out of her shell.
I know. She's looking for the floor. And
Does she like that? Does do that a lot?
yeah,
Huh.
yep. And she, like most people, keep their turtles like in a box or like some type of cage. She just roams around the house.
Oh, do turtles poop?
Uh huh.
What does their poop look like? I'm
It's
sorry,
just
I
like a
just need
small
to know.
little turd.
Is it like round and hard, like a jelly bean?
Yeah.
Oh, so you just like, oh, there's a little turtle poop. You just pick it up. You're
Yep.
good.
She
That
usually cooks by her like food dish though, and that's in the kitchen. So on
oh
hardwood floor.
oh, she's a free range turtle. Yes, she's
Yep.
free ranging inside the house.
Because they
Does she
also
ever get
say like
lost?
we do like she does disappear for a few days at
Oh,
a time once in a while. Not so much in the summer, but in the winter she'll go hibernate and sleep. Hmm.
what? So
Yep.
how long does she hibernate for?
Well, we live in Minnesota, so like all winter, she'll get up every couple days and drink some water, and
They
we'll,
just drink and not really eat during the hibernation?
yeah.
Interesting. I had no idea. What are her active time of years? Like what?
Spring, summer, a little bit in the fall. That's usually kind of when she starts sleeping more. So in the summer, she's pretty active.
Does
And
she ever try to sleep with you?
no, but when she does like want to cuddle, she'll like come over to you and like start clawing at your foot and try to get underneath your foot. And then we usually just like pick her up and put her like in our hoodie pouch, and she'll just sit there and chill.
Wait, so you're telling me right now, turtles like to cuddle,
Yep. Well,
and
she,
then she actually scratches at your foot
yep.
to give you, hey, pick me up, human,
Yep.
hold me.
Yeah.
I am dead.
Hmm.
I am just.
Right. And she will come when she's called. Like you can like yell like Normie, and she'll out of nowhere just like come crawling over to you.
What? So she can answer to her name?
Uh-huh.
So
Yep.
she knows when you call her, she
Yes.
just comes running,
Ooh,
so to speak.
my kid's like trying to be in the way.
How
um,
how fast is your turtle?
she's pretty slow, but sometimes like I mean you won't even be paying attention and you'll see her on like the other side of the house, and all of a sudden she's like at your foot like pawing. So I mean she can be pretty quick.
That's a pet to pass down, right? Yeah, I
Oh
completely
yeah.
agree. Hello, everybody. If you guys are just coming in, this is a Ray Ray, and this is her turtle, Norma, who used to be Norm until they found out it was a girl and they changed her name to Norma. And it's about 20 some years old. Um, and we are learning about turtles and turtle pet ownership. This turtle likes macaroni and cheese and comes to her name and likes to snuggle. I am dead. I'm learning so much.
Yes.
I just can't. Okay, so
So,
okay, so what about biting? Does your turtle bite you?
no, she actually she's never really bit, but she did for a little while kind of start like biting my dad's toe
Oh,
when she went, but it wasn't like hard. Like she I feel like was just more trying to get his attention. So, and she probably hasn't done that in like 5 years. Would you sit still?
so does she like one member of the family more than another member of the family, Ray Ray?
Um, mm, no, because she kind of bothers like all of us. Um, she probably goes to my mom more because she feeds her,
Ah.
but she'll come snuggle everybody.
Oh.
Daughter. But when my kid was a baby, she would kind of go and like stare at her on the floor and kind of like what are you? Like, you're little like me. So, um, and none of our other pets like bother her at all. They just kind of like leave her alone.
Okay, let's talk about that. How many other pets do you have?
We have a bird, a dog, and 2 cats.
And the ones that do the birds like roam around too, or what?
No, he's kind of mean, so he just stays in his cage.
Okay. But the cats and the dogs are together
Yeah,
and they just look at the turtle like another dog or cat.
yeah,
They just think it's like a small dog
yep,
or a
pretty
small
much.
kitty. I am dead. I love it. I love everything about this. I mean, what wow, this turtle has a lot of personality.
She does. And out of like all of our pets, when somebody comes over for the first time, like they're always like, "Where's the turtle?"
Yeah.
Then we have to like hunt her down. So she is definitely the star of the household.
Like I love the fact. Okay, so too, you said like she kind of goes around to everybody. Like she's, so does she like come up and just like claw or not claw but like scratch at everybody's foot so that
Yep.
everybody picks her up and gives her a turn with the snuggle?
Yep.
Like does this happen every day or every week or like
Every day.
every day? So she wanders around the house and she just picks. Does she know like where the rooms are and stuff of everybody?
Well, she stays on the main floor. And like at our old house, she would, if everybody went downstairs, she would throw herself down the stairs and come find you down there. Uh-huh.
She would throw herself down the stairs because she didn't want to be left alone.
Yep. And you just hear like thun, 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 of her coming down. And then she'd come around the corner like, "Where was everybody? I found you."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. I This is the smartest turtle I've ever met. I had no idea
Yeah.
that turtles were so amazing. It's like, what's your favorite thing about being a turtle owner?
I think she's just really fun. Like, and she's low maintenance for the most part, unless she like, needs something. Like her favorite thing is to be out on our deck, and if the slider door's shut, she will sit there and paw at the door until you let her out there.
Ooh.
So, and yeah, as far as like maintenance, she's super low maintenance and just chill.
We have somebody who wants to see her shell. Can you put it a little closer to the camera?
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys, there's Norma right there.
Yeah.
And that's her belly. And look at her, she's swimming. Look at Norma. Hi Norma. Oh my god, she knows. I think she knows her name.
She does.
Yeah. She's I can't believe she's 20 some years old. She
Right?
eats macaroni and cheese and strawberries and mulberries. Wow, look at her just look around. She's so smart.
Uh-huh.
Hi OG vibes. Okay. What has something owning a turtle has taught you about yourself?
Um, More just like responsibility, I guess. Because you gotta make sure you feed her every morning, because she'll look for it. And if she doesn't like what's on her plate, she just leaves it and won't eat it.
Oh.
And they'd said, like, if they don't like their environment or their surroundings, they will like starve themselves.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
so they'll go on a full-on hunger strike.
yeah. Which obviously she's lived this long. She's never actually done that, but
No, well, that's, I mean, she loves you guys. There's no doubt that she's all like Camp Tribe Ray Ray. She's there.
right.
She's there for it, you know? What's your best, or your, how about this? What's your best memory of having Norma in your life so far?
Um, Probably her like chucking herself down the stairs to find us. uh,
I think that's
yeah, she's fun.
yeah, that her throwing herself down the stairs to be with all of you is incredible. I love that. There's just nothing to not love about that story. 100%.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do turtles do that are naughty? Like, do turtles have naughty things they do?
I don't think so. I mean, for a while she would push the cat's food dish around the kitchen, but that's about it. So I would definitely say she's definitely the best animal we have.
Um, what kind of turtle is it again? Somebody asked what kind of turtle it was.
She's a three-toed Asian box turtle.
A three-toed Asian box turtle, you guys, for whoever asked that question. I don't know who it was. Hello, you guys. Welcome into Meow and Me. We're just finishing up with Ray Ray and her awesome turtle, Norma. Norma is just everything, you guys. Look at Norma is over 20 years old. But before we finish up a Ray Ray, I need to know, like, what is the strangest thing about, what you think the strangest thing about owning a turtle is?
Mm, I think it's just something like people don't like expect. So when like somebody comes over for the first time and we've never said anything about her, they're like, "What? You have a turtle?" And they're like so confused about it. And then we have to go find her because they're like adamant about seeing her. And she just kind of like hangs out.
I I just love everything about this turtle story. I have so I have just I don't know. I have to ask this question because I'm just dying to know the answer. Do you think your turtle can tell when you're upset, or can like tell when you're frustrated or it's sad?
I don't know. I mean, if she does, I think it would be kind of cool because she does like kind of come up to you and like she'll come out of nowhere. Like she won't even be around all day, but if you are kind of having a bad day, she'll like all of a sudden be there, like pawing at you to like
Oh,
pick her up. And if you lay on the floor, she'll come over and like cuddle next to you. But
wow. So she does. So then, yeah. So then she's empathetic. Yes. She has the ability to identify that our human needs support.
yeah,
I love this turtle.
right.
Norma, the turtle, is one of my favorite guests ever.
She's
I love
probably our
it.
favorite pet out of all of them.
Wow. I mean, okay, you guys, I have to wrap it up with a Ray Ray, but I could just keep asking all kinds of questions. This is, so if you haven't favorited a Ray Ray, hit her with a favorite. Like, if like Norma the turtle is incredible. Ray Ray, tell me about, like, do you stream on the app? Um,
I
what?
do. I'm not like super consistent. I usually get on between like 11 and 12 at night when my daughter finally goes to bed so I can like focus on it.
Hmm.
But I've tried recently to get more active on the app. Normally, like before probably the last month, I would just kind of like go in and support other streams and hang out in there. But I have been trying to get more active on here. So usually, like, I try at least 3 to 4 times a week, with one of them being during the day. But
So she does stream on the app, you guys. And do you have a social media at all, Ray Ray?
yep, I have Instagram.
Okay. And you can they find the Instagram from your bio?
Yes.
Okay. So she is amazing. I agree with you completely, Donnie. So if you hit her with a favorite, get to know a Ray Ray and her turtle Norma and her bird, you'll have to come back, Ray Ray. You'll have to
Yep.
come back with your bird, the obnoxious bird, and your cats and your dogs, just but all at different times, because we just don't, that would be a whole show of nothing but your house, and
Right.
so please, please hit her with a favorite. Thank you for so much for coming on the show and
Yes. Thank you
sharing
for having us.
your special pet Norma with us all.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to let you out of the box, okay?
Okay.
All right, you guys. Oh my God, is that not incredible? That's so incredible. If you loved Norma the turtle, let's see a turtle emoji. Let's see a turtle emoji, because I loved Norma the turtle. Every bit of it, incredible. Loved turtle. Turtle power. Hello. Like, okay, I am in love. These are special pets. Thank you so much, you guys, to all the gifts. Please make sure you come up here and favorite the gifters, you guys. Tida, Serenity Genevieve, Silly Lily, and everyone else. I will definitely OG vibes. I am going to continue to recognize those gifts during different segments, and then at the end of the stream as well. You guys, please favorite people in the stream as well. My second guest tonight needs no introduction, but I am going to give her one. But I am running. I want to do a little bit of. I'm going to tell her I want 5 minutes, and because have a little something that I cooked up called Bearded Dragon Trivia. Okay, Bearded Dragon Trivia, folks, because we are going to see some bearded dragons next. That's right, with Silly Lily. Silly Lily is bringing her bearded dragons on tonight, and I've got the 411. I got this bearded dragon trivia all on deck for you guys. Okay, on deck for you. So let's see what you know before we see the bearded dragon. Got it. There are 8 recognized species of bearded dragons, all of which are affectionately called beardies. Beardies. Oh, okay. Silly Lily, you let me know when you're ready by hitting the guest box so I know you're ready when you're ready. What part of its body does a bearded dragon puff up when it feels threatened? Is it the whole body? Is it the throat? Is it the belly or the tail? The throat? Ooh, who said throat? Somebody got that. The name bearded dragon refers to the beard of the dragon on the underside of the throat, which can turn black and puff out for a number of reasons, most often as a result of stress or if they feel threatened. So that gives a whole new meaning to me. You do not throat punch, you know, I don't know what I'm thinking of right there. Like, I don't know what I'm thinking. Gonna let that one go. I think I was trying to go for something and it just didn't quite click right. Okay, how do bearded dragons show dominance? Do they bark? Do they flick their tails? Do they wave their little arms around? Or do they do head bobbing? What do you think it is? Is it a head bob? Is it an arm? Is it a tail? Is it a bark? We're gonna go with head bob. It is a head bob authentic. Yes. Head bobbing is usually used to communicate dominance between two dragons. Males will head bob at females to show their dominance during breeding. All right, now it doesn't work that way with human beings, so some of you don't go around like bobbing your head at some women up in here, okay? At other times, two bearded dragons will head bob at each other as a signal of territorial aggression. Okay? Generally, the faster the head bob, okay, the more threatening the bearded dragon. If a dragon decides to back down, it will begin waving its arms as a sign of submission. Yeah, you are welcome. You are welcome for that, Mystify. Okay, this is the last bearded dragon trivia question. And then we are getting to our second special guest tonight, Silly Lily. All right. Whew, you ready? Where did bearded dragons originally come from? Is it Asia? Is it Australia? Is it Africa? Or is it South America? Which one do you guys think it is? Asia, Australia, Africa, or South? I see Australia. Oh, cupcake. Okay, cupcake. Bearded dragons originated in the deserts of Australia. I tried to use an Australian accent. It's not working well. But that's where they originated from, okay? With various species occupying slightly overlapping areas of the landmass. As a result, they typically prefer warm, arid areas like deserts, subtropical woodlands, savannas, and scrublands. Now, y'all, that is the last piece of bearded dragon trivia I have for you tonight because we have to see these bearded dragons. We have to. If you're just coming into Meow and me tonight, Meow means make each one wanted. We are a pet inclusive community of all pets. And tonight we've had a turtle with our first guest, a Ray Ray, and we're moving on to our second guest. And her name is Silly Lily, and she's here with some bearded dragons. So let's get started. Oh, let's try it again. Hi.
Hi. He seems so feisty. I didn't know if I was allowed to feed him on screen, but it's probably the only way that I'm going to get him to calm down because he sees them. Okay, it's kind of gross, but you guys ready?
I think it's okay. It's not like it's just a bug, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's snack time.
He sees himself on there, right? And they're very territorial. They like to be solo. So let me see if I bring him away, if he'll grab him. Oh, there he goes. He sees it now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at him go.
Hey, down here. They can't see you down here. Go ahead. He's being shy. Man, he's going to make me hold one. Watch. Anyways, so this is Bubbles. This is my 2-year-old bearded dragon.
Bubbles.
He is very spoiled. He's about 22 inches long. He's a lot bigger than my other guy. As you can see, he loves hornworms. They're like a treat for these guys. It's like us getting, ice cream or something, I suppose.
Ooh.
So he's gonna be a happy fella now. I see him licking his lips.
Yeah, he's
might sit here. So he probably won't.
he's waiting for more of those worms.
Yeah, but I can only give him like 2 at a time. Otherwise, they like I said, they're not very good for them. So it's like special treats.
Ooh, you got this special treat for being on the show.
Yes, he did. I told him it was his featured time. It was time to shine. Hi, everybody.
It's time to shine.
I'm just chilling on my. This is what they do. So these guys are super lazy, y'all, and I mean like lazy. They'll sprint up to maybe 20, 25 feet, and they're done. They have absolutely no endurance whatsoever. So he more or less, this is what they do all day. Both of my guys, they just lay around and are bums all day.
He looks so happy to be perched on you, snuggling your arm away. This is Bubbles. Now, how old is Bubbles, Lily?
Bubbles is about 2.
He's about 2. Okay, so have you had him since he was a little tiny lizard? Thank you, Madge. I'm sorry.
6 months old when we got him. The one thing I was not prepared for was the amount of money it was going to cost to feed him as a juvenile lizard.
Oh.
It cost me about $300 a month for about 6 months to feed.
Really?
Yeah, because their diets as juveniles from 6 months to a year is mostly protein with a little bit of veggies and fruit. And then once they hit a year old, it becomes 80% fruits and veggies. Well, veggies with like 10% fruit, and then 20% protein, which are bugs. I'm going to let him go, guys.
Yeah.
He's on the move. I've had him in my lap for like 45 minutes. He's done.
Okay.
Bring out my little old man.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys before you judge me. I got him when he was very sick, and we've been doing the best we can to nurse him. And I think he's brumating, but I'm not sure. Can you even hear me? I feel like I'm really
I can hear you completely. Yeah, no, I can hear you. Can you hear me? So that was Bubbles. And we're going to go get,
Now,
which one are we getting
This
now?
is Buddy Cuddles, and he is amazing. But he's really old and he's sick, okay? So we're doing the best we can to plump him up, but
Yeah. So this was her rescue dragon, right? Basically, this was her rescue dragon, right?
this is my rescue guy. Now you'll notice a huge size difference because he was not properly taken care of. See how little he is?
Yeah. Now
But
he's
if you look close, he's yellow, whereas the other one is tan. He's what you call a citrus.
this one is called a citrus.
See how he's yellow?
Ooh, he's snuggling you.
Yeah, he's very very skinny. So I'm very warm. So they really love the heat. So that's why they stay right to my chest. This guy's, if I let him, he would crawl right into there and just snuggle up in my boobs because it's so warm.
I'm sure that he's not the only one who wants to get there. Oh.
But so he's really piggy. I probably won't get him to eat on screen, so I won't try. But he like I said, I think he's brumating, which is why he's super snuggly and he's got absolutely no energy. But I told him he had to have his few minutes of fame too. So
well, can you explain to me what ruminating is? Is that
so it's like hibernating but for lizards.
Okay, and what do they do when they ruminate?
It's brumate, brumate, brumate. Brumate.
Oh.
Brew, like you brew tea, brumate.
Okay.
But they just sleep. He crawls in his little cave or under under his rock thing, and it's almost like they're dead. Like you have to keep checking them, but you don't want to wake them and bother them too much because they need their sleep. You don't want to bother them, you know.
Ha- so when they're brumating, just looking at this, just saying the word is so silly to me. I don't know why, but when they're brumating, like how long do they brumate for? Like, is it
It can be a couple weeks. It could be months.
okay?
It all depends.
How do you know when they're done brumating?
He comes out and is like, "Hey, remember me? I'm freaking starving." You know, and he's running around looking for whatever food he can get his little self on.
Yeah, he's
And the other guy to make sure. Where's Bubbles? I don't want to get up and crush him under the chair.
Bubbles took off. That's her other bearded dragon.
Yeah.
And if you guys missed it, this is Silly Lily. Thanks for coming into the show. We are talking bearded dragons. Silly Lily has 2. This is her rescue bearded dragon. Now, Silly Lily, tell me a little bit why you kind of talked about size difference, right? Like why is this one smaller? Like what did somebody do incorrectly when they got this one? Why was this one a rescue?
So the first big no-no was they fed him dried crickets and only romaine and spinach. Dried crickets are not good, and romaine and spinach back them up.
Oh.
And in abundance. Like it's okay if you give them a piece or 2 as a snack here and there, but you can't, you have to stick with more like these guys love arugula, collard greens, turnip greens, mustard greens, the flower, what are the yellow flower? Dandelion greens, they love those. These guys love butternut squash, acorn squash, some zucchini, yellow squash they'll eat. But Bubbles, the first guy, my monster, will not even look at his salad unless it has 2 blueberries cut in half on it for him. And bee pollen.
Oh.
I don't know.
Where do you get bee pollen at?
I get it from a local beekeeper.
Oh.
I have a local beekeeper that gets them, that saves it for me. They know that I put it with their food, so they give it to me.
And then what does, okay, and then both of the bearded dragons like the same kind of food?
Oh, you had asked the why he's different in sizes, and I didn't fully answer that. I would like to answer that just because it's really, really important. So when you have a bearded dragon, they are fairly easy to take care of. They're very docile, they're very friendly, they're very loving. But you have to have the proper lighting. You have to have the proper temperatures. One side of the tank has to be between 95 and 100 to 105, and the other side of the tank needs to be between 70 and 75 so that the lizard can decide whether it wants to be basking or relaxing in the cool area. So, and it's important that they have the basking area because not only does the light, but the heat as well, it helps them to properly digest. And if they can't properly digest, they end up with the food rotting in their stomach because they're eating raw bugs, you know? So if they can't properly digest it, it sits there, right? And it's gross. So they can't get it out. So it's very important that you have the proper lighting and the proper temperatures because if they don't have the certain amount of hours with the proper bulbs and the proper lighting, they can't digest. Their bones don't grow right. Their eyes get messed up. Like this guy, every day he has to pull him out of the tank and I put a cloth across his eyes. Like, you know, when you guys get pink eye and you wake up and you're trying, no matter what you do, and you can't open your eyes and you got to go to the bathroom, you got to get the cool cloth and you just got to sit there and wait for the cool cloth to dampen it enough before you can wipe it away, right? He has to do that every day. He sits there with me to do this every day. And he's so patient because I got to take a Q-tip and get in there. And, you know, but he knows that when I'm done, he's going to be able to see, right?
Right.
So not having the proper lighting, don't listen to the pet store people. I don't care how nice that kid is. I'm telling you, do the proper research. Find the bearded dragon pages. Reach out to people that have bearded dragons because it is so crucial to their proper growth and the proper health, for them to be healthy, to have all the proper lighting and stuff.
Yeah, I love that because that's an important part. Like doing the research is such an important part when you have a pet like a bearded dragon, like knowing that they need to have a certain amount of light, a certain temperature in order to digest food, to get the nutrients, especially because like we've seen you the whole time here. He's very happy to be on you. He's a snuggle bug.
Yeah, that's why his name is Buddy Cuddles.
Yeah.
So when I paid, I paid over $100. Okay, when I got him, I didn't think he was going to live through the night. I really didn't. He was half the size he is now, which is really small. And I had to try. So I brought him home, and he was really skittish at first because, like I said, the guy, they didn't take care of him. They didn't do what they had to do. So he wasn't used to it. But I brought him home, and I brought him out of his bin that he was in, and I put him in a tub with food. And he's seen the bugs and went berserk, which was my first sign of hope, because normally they become too stressed out to eat. But that was the first time in his entire life he's seen a real bug. And he was like, oh. So so he had gotten a little bit of energy. I got him in the bath. He drank some water. He had a BM shortly after all that, right? But he's never fully picked up his appetite. As you can see, he's still really, really skinny. But he's just a lot smaller than the other guy. Like Bubbles is just huge, and he's gonna eat me out of house and home. Like he has BMs, but he's just not as much as the other. But I don't know if it's just because he's so much smaller, he doesn't need it. I don't know if the breed, the type, maybe he's supposed to be smaller. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that this guy, I mean, as you can see, this guy's like, he's my whole hand. And the other guy's belly is my whole hand.
Yeah, right? There was yes, absolutely. There's a significant difference between the two. Yes. They're like your kids. Yes, triple L. They're like your kids. Yes. I love this. BM means bowel movement, for those of you who are not like up to date on like pet talk. Bowel movements in lizards, like she was saying, Silly Lily was saying, like if you're not underneath the proper lighting, the right temperature, the bugs that they eat, the food that they ingest doesn't get properly metabolized inside them, and then it doesn't help their bones and them grow correctly. So the BM piece is an important part of knowing that they've actually had some nourishment, and it's helping in a nutritional way for them to grow and be healthy. Yeah. What is your experience now? There's probably some people here. If you're just coming into Meow and Me, this is Silly Lily. This is her bearded dragon, Buddy Cuddles, and he is a citrus bearded dragon. And we're hearing about, like, she has 2 bearded dragons. We saw her first one, and we're hanging out here with their second one, you guys. We're learning about them. What are some of the tips that you would have for somebody who is thinking about getting a bearded dragon?
So for one, if you're like, oh my God, my son Johnny is 8 years old and he wants a bearded dragon, okay? Your 8-year-old Johnny may very well want this bearded dragon for like 6 months. Okay? They are a lot of work. You have to clean the tank regularly. You have to give them baths a few times a week. It's daily feedings of the vegetables, 3 times a week to 4 times a week of the bugs. That gets expensive, okay? I'm good. They're not cheap. Buying the lizard itself is cheap. The care for the lizards is not. And like I said, you have to replace bulbs, you have to have the basking lights, and you have to have the ceramic bulbs for at nighttime if it's chilly. Like, there's just a lot that goes into it. But here's why I say that you may want to rethink buying a child the bearded dragon unless you are willing to love that bearded dragon too, because they live 8 to 12 years.
Mhm.
That child's going to probably go off to college, correct? So you buy 10 or 12-year-old Johnny a bearded dragon, and guess what? When he goes off to college, guess who has to care for that baby?
Oh no.
You do.
Yes.
So if you're scared of bugs, don't do it. The other tidbit that I have to make it more affordable in your pocket is the most disgusting thing that I've ever done in my entire existence on this earth, and I do it willingly.
What is it? What is it that you're doing that's so disgusting?
Oh, I breed dubia roaches.
Those are the kind of roaches that eat poop, right?
I don't know what they no dubia.
Oh.
Those are like dung or something, dung beetles. I don't know. Definitely not.
Yeah,
No.
dung beetles means
Okay.
dung means poo poo.
Okay, so no, but they're dubia. They're one of the best forms of protein for a bearded dragon. Okay, but then I also never thought that I'd keep super worms, which are disgusting, in my house. I never thought I'd go on the hunt for hornworms, right? Normally I'm ripping them suckers off my tomatoes and stomping on them because they done 8 through 84 of my tomatoes instead of just eating one like little jerks, right? Hornworms are the worst. Anyways, I have to keep them in my home to feed these guys.
Ugh. So you gotta have beetles.
The roaches are 50 cents a piece, and I have 2 of them. My little guy will eat up to 10, and the big guy will eat up to 30 of them. So that's 15 and 5. That's $20 a feeding 3 times a week. You add it up real fast.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Dude, these
expensive.
people are making a killing selling bugs. I need to start growing roaches on the side.
So
That needs
gross.
to be my new side hustle.
No, because then when they have babies and you got to clean it, there's the little babies that are like pinheads, and I'm so afraid one of them is escaping, or like if one of the big ones crawls on my hand and it like, and they're so bad. They're so bad. They are like that big. The breeding size ones are like that big. And I do it willingly in my home.
You gotta like touch, like, do you like touching
They're
bugs?
worth it.
Do you like touching bugs, Lily?
No, I use tweezers. Hell no. I use a cup to scoop or tweezers. The only bugs I'll touch are the hornworms because I don't think they can actually bite me. And like the dubias are actually pretty friendly bugs at the end of the day. But like because they get so big, like they grip you. So you can like feel them like hardcore walking on you. And it just is like a creepy feeling. Like, you know, you get the shivers up your spine and it makes you do one of those. Yeah, that's what they do to me. So like I just can't. Go on. I know you want in there.
If you guys are just coming in to meow at me, this is
Oh.
Lily with her bearded dragon bubbles. Thank you for all the gifts, you guys. I see you. Thank you for them. Thank you for the favorites. Thank you for coming in. Please don't forget to favorite Silly Lily while she's in the box. She's a daily streamer.
Be like, I'm not trying to breed roaches that are gonna crawl under my stove and stuff. Like they're purposely to feed my bearded dragons. So please don't spread rumors that I live with roaches, even though it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. You heard it here. It's a dubia roach.
Dubia roach.
Yeah. And not the kind that crawl underneath your stove. Okay.
mean. I don't want people to think I'm dirty. Just because I'm like, I live with roaches. And people are like, what? You know, and they go, yeah, I got worms too. And they're like, wait, what? You know, like some people won't come in my house because I got the bugs. I have a girlfriend that won't come in my home because I have roaches.
Stop
Ew. But they're for the lizards. They're contained. They can't get out, you know. Trust me, they're very secure because I'm not happy with them being in there any more than the next person would be.
He's amazing. He snuggled you the whole time. How long would Buddy Cuddles lay on you if you let him?
The entire existence of his being.
Mm.
He would. The other guy, he likes to get up and go. He likes to explore. This guy, he just wants to love. I really think that it's because I saved him, you know? So he just wants to love me. Because the first 3 days that I had him, I made sure he got the proper lighting and he had the proper temps and yada yada. But then after that, I shut those lights off and he just laid right here. Right. And I just cried, and we cried for 3 nights because I just wanted him to live. Like, I felt so bad, but I wanted him to at least know for those few days that he was loved. Right.
Yeah.
So, but I guess my love pulled him through. We're a year, May, June, July, August. So 16 months. I've gotten him through 16 more months.
Look at you. Yeah, he's like even leaning towards you to give you a kiss. You see that, you guys? Like, he's literally leaning to her to give her a kiss. Like, that being said, Lily, what do you think? Can bearded dragons tell your emotional state?
They are one of the few lizards that actually form serious relationships with, I'm like serious, like you know, animals, you know, they trust their owner, you know, you don't bite the hand that feeds you type stuff. But my daughter's been upset because she's been gone most of the summer. So Bubbles, like, he comes to me, like if I go in the room and stuff, whereas before he went to her all the time, right? Because it's her lizard, but she hasn't been here. So he's mad at her. He lets her know. He'll say hi to her because he misses her and he loves her. But then after he gets that little bit of attention, he turns his nose to her. He won't even look at her. And then and we've tested it. So I'll come in the room and sit over and I'll go to give him because we do these all the time. And I'll go to do that and he'll lean in for me, but he won't do it to her and stuff. Like, he lets her know. But they form relationships and bonds with their person. And I feel like this guy, even though he's really lazy and all he does is sleep, he does love me, you know, and I don't know. I'm just glad that I was able to give him love and let him have real bugs for his first time and real fruits and veggies that he's allowed to have, even though he barely eats them now because he's picky. But
I love this story. You know, all kinds of animals need to be rescued. And, you know, not just like, you know, Ray Ray had her turtle and it was just wandering around, not knowing what it was doing. You know, here it's a turtle, it's over 20 years old. Here you rescued a bearded dragon who wasn't getting the proper care, the nutrition that it needed. And now here he's turned around, he's loving, caring, kind pet who really has developed this really close bond with you. You're definitely, you know, Buddy Cuddles' person, just like a dog or a cat would be. Yeah.
Like, the other guy couldn't wait to get down, right? Because it's my daughter's lizard. He's mad that I'm not her. But when he wants attention, he's definitely here with me. You know what I mean? He sat with me for about a half hour, but then he's done with me. Yeah. But this guy, now if I put it, he's trying to crawl under into my shirt because normally I let him go in so that he's under it. So he keeps trying to crawl in. He wants in my, told you, he wants in my bra.
Is he a male lizard?
Yeah.
That explains everything. that right there, hands down. That's why. So
yeah.
Silly Lily, what what do you think, like what do you think the best age would be for somebody who wants a lizard? Like you said earlier, that maybe a child would not be the best person to have a bearded dragon.
So I don't know that there's necessarily an age restriction,
Okay.
but the parent definitely has to be willing to take a good chunk of that responsibility, because you have to remember kids are going to eventually get sick of doing something every day. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are some kids, yes, they do get extra attached, but let's be real, folks. How many of our kids want this, that, and the other, and 6 weeks later, it's now collecting dust somewhere, and you don't even know, it just sits, right? And
Right.
animals are the same way. Just like in Easter, everybody goes and buys chicks and bunnies, and then 6 weeks later, everybody's looking for homes for pets and chickens, for their pet bunnies and chickens, because the kids don't actually take interest in them. You know what I mean? So it's one of those, like, you just have to make sure as the parent and as the adult, yes, it is okay to expect your child to do a lot of it, but understand that you're going to end up doing most of it.
Mm, that's good. That's good advice. That's good advice for people to understand and know. Um, so what is your favorite story that you have with let's go with Buddy Cuddles?
Cuddles. I don't know. I think just kind of what I covered, how he came and he was even smaller than what he is now, and I didn't think he was going to live. And just the fact that I got him to eat, and then he just laid with me, and I just cried and told him that I love him and he's going to survive. And, if he pulls through it, I'll give him whatever goodies he wants. And I do, I try. But it was just, watching him not die, because I really I'm gonna cry. I really thought that I was gonna watch him die. I really thought that I paid just to tell him, so that he knows that somebody cared. But here we are 16 months later, and he's my little dude.
I love that he's your little dude, that part. Facts. I love that that sometimes when people pop into your stream that we can watch you do lizard care. I call it, I don't know if that's the right word, reptilian care.
He
But
wants in my shirt.
like she does. Like, yeah, he does.
He's going back
He's,
down. You see
he's
him?
about that life. He's about that.
Well, because he was so skinny, and that's the warmest spot. So I just let him crawl right in there, just so that he could stay warm. See, he wants it.
Definitely.
I told you.
Yeah, I love it. Look at him go right here. Isn't he gorgeous, everybody? He's gorgeous, even though he's not your full size one like Bubble, or yeah, Bubbles.
And before anybody goes, ew, you're going to get salmonella kissing your lizard. Unless he has poop on his face, I'm not getting salmonella. The only way you're going to get salmonella is if you eat the lizard's duty. So clean your lizard, clean the tank, give him baths, and don't have to worry about salmonella. So unless you're licking lizard poop, stop telling me that I'm going to catch salmonella, okay? That's another friendly PSA.
We don't lick lizard poop around here.
No,
okay?
so I can kiss him.
Yeah.
And he gets mad because he annoys him. It annoys him. I'm not getting salmonella because there's no poop on his face.
All right. With our last few minutes tonight, Lily, please tell people, do you stream on this app? If you do, where can they find you? Where can they find Buddy Cuddles and Bubbles, your bearded dragons, and your dog and your cat? Like, where can they find this amazing animal kingdom you have, Silly Lily?
Stepped on Buddy. Yeah. So my dog is jealous of the lizards. The dog don't pay no mind to me unless I'm holding a lizard.
Josh, you bad.
But no, I do. I stream quite regularly. Almost every day, but I'm human. Sometimes I need breaks. It depends. Some days I'm painting, some days I'm hanging drywall, some days I'm laying tiles, some days I'm yelling at trolls. Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm hosting a featured show called Lessons Learned. Absolutely love that show. I have an auction I'm hosting. No, it's a battle. I'm sorry, coming up on August 27th that I'm hosting, and I am in your battle, cat fight battle on the 20th. Yeah,
Saturday.
Saturday. And then we have the House of Honeys. But other than that, I think that's about it. Thank you. I'll hit you guys back with faves too when I get off of this.
Yeah, so hit her with a favorite. Go check her out. She's almost I mean, very rarely she goes live so frequently. You definitely will enjoy Silly Lily's stream. Don't forget to hit me with a favorite too, like Corey just did. Thank you so much. Also, go hit her Instagram. It's linked to her bio. She has her Instagram on there, and all of the activities that she's hosting and or being part of are definitely on her Instagram. So don't forget to hit her Instagram up and follow her on her social media. Thanks so much for coming in tonight, Silly Lily. I appreciate you, and I love your bearded dragons.
We love you. Bye, guys. I'll see you soon.
You guys, thanks for coming out this week to Meow and Me. This wraps up our special program of the week for this month, or not this month, but for this week, with a Ray Ray's turtle, Norma, and Silly Lily's bearded dragons, Bubbles and Buddy Cuddles. I had to think about how to say that. If you have a special pet and you want to be on the show, and you're like, it doesn't have to be a turtle or a bearded dragon. It can be a cat, a dog, a llama. I don't know. Maybe you ride a horse. I don't know. What is your special pet? Please hit me up on my Instagram. Let me know. Say, Kitty, I want to be on your show. I would be happy to have you on the show so we could see your special pet, ask you questions, hear your story and your experiences with your special animal. And as you share it with all of us here on these Meet Me Streets, have a great night, everybody. I want to do some shout outs to my gifters real quick here. You guys, thank you to Top Edge Mej, OG Vibes, Silly Lily, Serenity Genevieve, Tida, Candy, Donnie, Oh Hey, Nico, Harley Quinn, Krabby, Misty, Mr. Moon, Angel, Amy, Vibrance, Cody Guacamole, Hot Mess, Maybe Someday, Dr. Jekyll, Ciroc Obama, Triple L, Just T, Alexis, Classic, Jeremy, Josephine, Bella, Mac, and everyone else on the list. I appreciate you coming in and supporting this stream with all of your gifts and your time. And you all have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself.